Waco. I am your host, Debbie, here to help you get in the know about Waco. Well, this week I'm going to be talking about some exciting events happening downtown, and we have a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, Monica Ramirez, a Moody local, Waco native. Not really because I'm from Moody. But,
That's fine.
Anyways, yeah.
All right. And what brought you to Waco, or are you a Waco native? You already said you're from Moody, so.
Yeah, I definitely came back from the East Coast, and so I was out there for about almost 2 years, and then everything happened, and then I came back home. So.
Yeah. And I always tell people that, like, Wacoan is a title you have to claim. So once you've claimed it, you're a Wacoan.
Yes, I'm definitely been born.
So
and
you're
raised.
a Wacoan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay,
Whenever I grew up, like Moody in Moody, Waco is the big city.
Yeah.
So this is
the big city.
Yeah.
I know how that
go to
goes.
the grocery stores.
Yeah. And how long have you been back for?
Since October of last year.
And tell me about what you've been working on since then.
Yeah, so I went straight immediately back to work in corporate America, and I realized that it was soul sucking for sure.
Yay,
this time.
corporate America.
Yeah, you already know. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I need to kind of expand my horizon, and I started focusing on my yoga practice, like more just teaching it, making it a career, which, you know, is hard to pay the bills, but it's something that definitely gives me way more life than a soul sucking job that just sucked my soul. I wasn't even going to say 9 to 5 because it was in retail, so it's almost even worse than the 9 to 5.
Yeah. And how'd you get started with your yoga practice?
Oh, that was in 2015. Mainly physical focus, mainly trying to open up the body because I used to work at a gym and I was working out a lot, and then
Gym rat.
yeah, a little baby gym rat. Wasn't quite there, but yeah, I realized that I needed to open up my muscles, and I had been in a really bad wreck about 4 years prior to that, and so I wasn't sure really the mobility of my shoulder, and then I started practicing yoga, and it changed my life like so almost instantaneously. I went to a class, and I just noticed that things were so different than a typical quote unquote workout. Which, you go for initially whenever you're like ego based. And then whenever you get more into it, you're just a little bit more able to connect on a deeper, maybe spiritual even level. And I think that that's where I realized that I had a lot of grief that I had to work through from like the death of my mom like a year prior. And I realized that that's a way, meditation, just sitting with oneself, and it really is powerful. So now that I've been able to, I went through my teacher training through Yoga 8 here in Waco. 2018. And so after that, I kind of left the country and went to the East Coast. Once I got back from leaving the country, started teaching at a lot of places out there. And I don't know, whenever everything happened, I came back home for 2 weeks, turned into 3 months. And then I was like, all right, I need to make a decision. So I came back, did that whole corporate thing, jumped out of that, started focusing on yoga, and here we are, kind of just being a Syntex traveling yogi.
And now you have your own studio.
Yes, we do have our own studio above Cultivate 712 in the beautiful space over towards the windows that faces downtown. Super, super, super cool to be able to be there and kind of create in that space.
Yeah, and you have a lot of amazing events happening in that space.
Yes,
and that's
we
what
have
we're here to
so
talk about
many
today.
events.
So
Yes.
go ahead and tell me a little
Yeah.
bit more about those events that are going to be coming up.
I wanted to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about them.
Of course.
But they are, so actually on Friday, we're doing a candle making workshop. It's only $20. Eris Alchemy is going to be with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you
she's
guys
super
came
cool.
to First Friday at Cultivate, they were there.
Yes, she was. And we are doing the 29th. We're doing that's a Monday. And normally I like choose Mondays as my rest days, but I have a couple coming in. I don't know if you're familiar with Rihanna and Josh.
Yes.
Warm Honey Toast.
Yes,
And yeah.
love them.
Yes. I have been like just witnessing them out in public, and I adore their ability you can just see their love emit from them both
And you can
together.
always see them. They're always involved in the community. Like you can find them at the farmer's market. You can find them at pop-ups. You can find them over at Cultivate. Like they're always around.
Yes. And I found Rihanna whenever we were doing the Incubate 254 over at Startup. And that as soon as I saw her, I was like, you're really cool. And then I found out that Josh was her husband, whom I'd met at the Wednesday meetups at Startup. From 10 to 11, those are really fun. Just any entrepreneurs if you want to go out.
Startup.
Yes, exactly. And so so it was really cool to put the two together. And I'm like, you guys are a perfect couple. And then again, like I started witnessing them out in public, and I was like, I really want you guys to come into my space and like have a conversation. I really want to do this thing of like just open discussions about like things that nobody talks about. And I feel like love is one of those things that nobody talks about. Healthy love, and particularly a lot of people are like, love is this or that, and it's like, well, you know, like how about let's bring in a couple that you know love each other.
Yeah,
you know, intimately.
That you know, that makes sense.
And so it's just like an open discussion of like, you know, like how what their perspective of like real love is, you know, and just kind of enlightening us all.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm really looking forward to. And it's free, open to the public, chairs provided, no problem. But you just come in and listen, and it's going to be, like I said, an open discussion. So you're able to ask them, you know, I'm going to just be asking them kind of like intro questions, letting them communicate, just kind of like, all right, how does one not settle for less, and how does one, you know, not ask for more from their current partner, but just like, how can we respectfully talk to each other, right?
Yeah.
And then once we get through that, I think that's going to be like more of a monthly thing. And then on I know December 2nd, I'm doing a herb wreath workshop with Orchard Hollow.
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
That's
super
going to be
exciting.
so fun.
Yeah, so
Fair festive.
super. And then you can put it in your kitchen and use it for all your holiday makings.
Aw.
Yeah. And I love Amelia. She is local out of Moody as well. And she's got a beautiful farm of like herbs and flowers.
Homesteading.
It's
Gorgeous.
so cool. Love it. And then on the 10th, we are doing a cacao circle.
Ooh.
And that one is going to be, well, both of these, the rest of these are going to be, you know, for money, but also community and bringing people together. And we're only just trying to cover the cost and everything like that. So it's not like we're trying to like, give me all your money, but we just want to offer different things for like different people.
Of course.
And working with locals is one of my favorite things to do. I think I'm learning that.
Yeah, bolstering our community, of course. Like,
Exactly.
That's key.
And getting people to know about it.
Yeah, that's great.
And so Alyssa is doing the hosting of it. I'm just providing the space, but that is going to, Alyssa does the haunted tours with the Waco
Yay.
tours. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Waco Haunts and Legends.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Check out the Poltergals. They did a whole episode with her on the Haunted Downtown Tour.
Love that. And yes,
So
whenever
shout
we
out.
did the holistic fair, she actually was communicating with a ghost.
That was so cool. Shout out Cassie from last episode.
Yeah. Shout out Cassie. Love you, girl. Yeah, so that was a really cool opportunity to like kind of witness that. So she's going to come in and host a cacao circle, which is, it's non-intoxicant. So pretty much it's like just drinking pure, I don't want to say chocolate, but it's cacao. So it is coming from an indigenous culture out in, I believe, Guatemala. And so providing for that community as well. And, you know, kind of creating a wholesome community to do things that are, there's nothing against drinking, right? But just sober opportunities of fun, you know? And I mean, we can go out to Classy afterwards, but you know,
true.
like it's.
Shout out Classy.
Yes. Katie Jacob, love you. But yeah, so just like, you know, allowing the opportunity of like fun stuff, you know, because that's something that I struggle with is finding fun stuff that's not drinking. So it's like, well, how can I provide the community with fun stuff, you know? And the cacao circle is going to be, you know, you drink the cacao, we're going to chat, commune, and then an hour flow afterwards. Super heart opener, just connecting to oneself, you know, providing that opportunity. And then we're going to move into, I should have brought my calendar, but definitely go to www.cultivate yoga, the number 7 and then 12 spelled out.com, because that's going to have all of the events. I'm starting to do the sound bowl experiences, and those are every Wednesday from 7 to 8. That's going to be, that's really fun for me. I really enjoy that vibrational
That's
form.
a great way to wake up too, and like getting your Wednesday morning started. It's the middle of the week.
At night.
Yeah. Oh, at night.
Yeah.
7 at night. Just kidding. Huh?
Yeah.
At night.
But to put yourself to sleep,
yeah,
you know?
that's true. That's
Yes.
even better. There you go.
Exactly. Both ways, you
Hey,
know,
either
wake up
way
your
works.
day, go to bed, whatever. Yeah, you'll wake up feeling refreshed.
Yeah, there you go. That's so cool. And you do a lot of other pop-ups and stuff too. So talk about that.
Yes, I'm actually doing one on Saturday in the 7th Street downtown from 9 to 9:45. Shout out Wendy. Thank you so much for always asking me. That's fun. And then they're doing something immediately after. Just super fun stuff in downtown. And then I love my Brotherwell class that I teach every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. as well. It used to be a sunset flow. Now it's like a dark flow. Yeah.
Into the night.
Yes, exactly. I love that. Into the night. And I love seeing the moon out there, the stars. It's super cool. And just allowing people to connect even out there. We had a really big class last night, so I love it. It's only $10.
And you get beer.
Literally, it's a $5 class and you get a free beer. Yeah,
beer.
Exactly.
It
And you can get any beer you want. And shout out Brotherwell. Those guys are super cool for me. I love them. I love working with them. And the community that they're providing is just, wholesome. And then, you have the East Side Market that goes out there on Sundays.
This Sunday, whoop whoop, the 21st. There's something literally every day this weekend. So there's plenty of things to do here in Waco.
Always things to do here in Waco. And then going back to the events on Cultivate, macrame, Moon Mountain macrame, Adrian and I, shout out. We're doing the summer or the winter summer. You see where my brain's at. I'm ready for summer, but the winter solstice, we're going to do a macrame workshop, and we're going to make a little snowflake for you to ornament on your tree.
That's
just in time for the holidays,
so cute. And I love Adrian. She's absolutely fantastic.
Yes, and super supportive. So just, to be able to help her and help each other, and that's what it's all about. And not seeing everybody as competition, but seeing people as people to work with, and, what can we learn from each other, and what's new, and how can we navigate this wave of newness in Waco, because it's growing exponentially. So how do we keep the culture and not lose ourselves in everything?
And what's something you would like to see more of happening in Waco?
I think just community, creating opportunities for community, because my goal in the Cultivate Yoga 712 space is to get people together that would never be together.
Yeah.
Like people from different backgrounds, things like that, just in the same room without feeling any like judgment or, like low self-esteem or self-doubt, just actual community, like love each other. And I know that's hard. And that's why I want to bring Josh and Rihanna in, because I'm like, let's talk about love, like not just the intimate
idea,
respect. I mean, respect is a part of love. So anyways, just like bringing that into the community, just full on respect. And, you're always going to have people that don't want to do that. But at the end of the day, it's about what we can do.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd like to see.
That's amazing. And I know you've worked with so many members here. How have you seen this adapt and change throughout our community?
I feel it's been received really well. And being able to, again, just create that space. And, I like kind of being in the background and seeing everybody come together. But, sometimes it always does just feel good for people to catch me out on the street and be like, your mantra. And I'm like,
yeah, that's me.
A mantra. Yeah,
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, right. So it's really cool because, like mantra is a positive word or phrase that you can repeat during a meditative practice, or even whenever you're in traffic and you just really want to be really upset. It's one of those, I am at peace. Just repeating that to yourself with every breath. That's the practice. And teaching people that yoga is not the movement always. It is, the movement is a part of it, but it's really about connecting with oneself. There's so many aspects to yoga. And so it's, just doing anything meditative, whatever gives you joy. If you're doing a hobby, if you're doing, even working, just like how can you connect and how can you be present? So teaching that.
Yeah. And how would you describe or explain your practice for yoga?
My practice changes. I'm a really big, I have a lot of energy, and I always like to kind of work that out through my yoga. But I also find that sitting with myself with that 10-day retreat I just did, sitting with myself really helped me kind of slow down a lot and not be so rushed and not be so fast paced, but instead be with myself and not be escaping myself through conversation or escaping myself through whatever. But, if I'm going to escape, it's going to be to the woods for a hike instead of, going to this or that or distractions, going to my phone. It's like, no, how do we come? And that's my practice now, is how do I come to myself without judgment and only acknowledging, these things, they will always change. Things will always change. And how do I find peace in that? And how do I teach that peace to others? Because essentially, it's funny because I'm I always say I'm sometimes a teacher and always a student. And that's just the mindset that I think is important to keep, and not only in the industry of yoga, but also all industries, is always wanting to learn and grow. And again, not look at people as if they're less than or, greater than even, but equal. We're all equal.
Yeah. And what are some of the classes that you provide?
I love all the classes that I'm teaching. They're all hatha based, so breath to body movement. And a lot of the time I have gentle, I have advanced, I have yin, I have candlelight yin on Sundays. Those are one of my favorite classes. The sunset flow from 6 to 7 on Sundays. Those are really nice. So I teach every day but Monday, you know, so there's a class every day. And I'm trying to navigate the times right now, but honestly, I'm here for whatever. I'm here for suggestions, comments, whatever people need. I'm here to help. You know, that's my goal, is to help.
Yeah, and how can people get in touch and find out more about you?
Yeah, so you can go to the website. You can go on Instagram, Cultivate Yoga 7, the number 7, and then spelling out 12. I do want to shout out two of my teachers, Michelle and Christy.
Shout out.
They do free classes. Michelle's on Friday at 5:45, and Christy's on Saturday at 12:30. So those are two classes that we offer for free for the community. We do cap out at 15. So just registering online. It's a free class, so you literally just register and you don't have to pay anything. The other ones are $13 for a drop-in, and we just added a membership option for $55
amazing.
a month. So yeah, we're just kind of trying to figure things out. I honestly don't know what I'm doing, so I'll just say that. But I'm very humble in my practice. But yeah, I just really know that I have a drive and something is telling me to do this. So just doing it.
Yeah, and it's amazing what you're doing for our community and providing this space for, enrichment and growth and, just providing a practice for people to be involved with. I just wanted to thank you so much for everything you're doing. And if there's anything else you want to tell our listeners today, feel free.
Thanks, Debbie. You do the same exact thing, so I'm really grateful for the way the community is coming together, and it's really beautiful. The support is real. Yes, and if I want to say anything, I guess it would be not to take things so seriously. Just relax, let it be what it is, and instead of getting angry, letting that be the first initial reaction, just taking a step back and taking a breath. Like, if we look at it, I was just having this conversation with y'all earlier, like, we are the ones that determine what is good and what is bad, and sometimes what is bad works out so much better for us, and just kind of take, like, that flat tire could have stopped you from getting into a major accident. You know what I mean? Like, just taking a step back and understanding that these minor inconveniences to our day-to-day world can actually teach us something, and not just be so angry all the time, but like finding peace in all times.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into this week's podcast. This is your host, Debbie, signing off. Now that you know, go. Just go, Waco.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.